And running on first down with Ingram up the middle, up across the 25, still moving those legs to the 29-yard line.
Pressure looks like it's coming from this side.
Mills steps up, throws incomplete, but a flag comes out.
Pass interference, defense, number 27.
And the Miami Dolphins. The rookie Mills with a quick pass to Akins in space. Akins into New England territory. Third down and 5. And it's Johnson very close to the chains. He's going to be about a yard short. All right, fourth down and 2. Quick pass, and it's caught by Johnson for a first down. This is the 15th play of the opening drive. And a screen to Johnson. Johnson with a stiff arm at the 30. Johnson tackled right around the first down marker at the 20. Puts it back at the 15.
Play clock running down.
Mills to the air, into the end zone, caught, touchdown, Anthony Auclair, and that's his first NFL touchdown. 109 yards of offense for the entire game a week ago in Buffalo, and the extra point by Fairbairn is no good. Over the middle, caught by Bourne for a first down. Bourne cuts back and still on his feet to the 37-yard line. Handed off to Bourne. Bourne with some good vision inside the 30. Mack on the money right there. First and goal for New England. They did a week ago against Tampa Bay. Quick pass. It is Myers. Can he get in for the first time in his career? No. Jones goes out in motion.
He's open. Raise your hand like Randy Moss.
Harris following his block, and he gets in for the touchdown. He went right behind Ted Karras. To establish the run. Well, that was a good start, and they ran the ball 7 of their 10 plays, and Nick Folk also misses. Mills with time. Scrambling right, throws on the run, and it is caught! Oh, what a catch! Chris Moore! And he will go! His first touchdown in 3 years. Off the practice squad yesterday and makes an impact, and oh boy, Fairbairn misses again. It's trying to answer as Johnny Smith goes in motion. It's a pitch to Harris running left. It's around Johnson. Nice run. New England 3 for 3 on third downs. Play fake. And it's complete over the middle for a first down.
Got to touch him.
Jones to Jakobi Meyers. Jones has started 5 out of 5 for 58 yards. Back to the air. Wide open. Jonnu Smith. And a late flag comes in after the hit by Lonnie Johnson.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 1.
Jones handoff Harris, looking for his second touchdown of the game, and he's got it! Ball comes out after he crossed. It's a touchdown. Texans are saying that the ball came out before he went in.
After reviewing the play, prior to the runner getting the ball across the goal line, the ball was punched out. It was recovered by the defense in the end zone. It's going to be a touchback for Houston.
It's a great job of replay, in my opinion, because I see the ball coming clearly loose at that point before it crosses the goal line.
Play clock at 1 on 3rd and 6. Mills completes it for a first down to Akins.
Here is where David Culley said it's okay to punt the football.
It's a screen to Johnson. Johnson with blockers in front of the 35, still going, fighting for the extra yardage.
To David Johnson.
Throwing again, and it's caught by Cooks for a first down. Quick pass over the middle, caught by Moore. He's short of a first down. Mills chased out, throws on the run. He's got an open man. It's caught. Conley with a first and goal for Houston. Mills cannot escape Judon. 3rd and goal. Mills trying to buy time. Shoot out again! 2 sacks on the last 3 plays. This kick is right down the middle. 2nd and 6. Martin's coming. Jones sees it. And now fires on the run on the sideline. It's caught for a first down by Kendrick Bourne. Ball is spotted at the New England 41. Jones over the middle, and it's incomplete. It would have been intercepted by Lonnie Johnson.
Gets some middle push in the quarterback's face.
Jones gets rid of it. It's caught by Henry. He's got a first down.
Nice awareness, not crossing the line of scrimmage on that throw.
Yeah, that was close. Jones, and he completes it to Myers. Oaks kick on the way, on the line, and it is good. 2nd and 10. Jones to the air. Over the middle, and it is intercepted. Did Lonnie Johnson make the catch? He did. Ingram, it's a flea flicker. Mills looking deep for Conley. He's got him! Touchdown! 3rd and 10. Jones pump fakes, pressure coming. He escapes. Keeps the play alive, now fires, and it's incomplete. Mills on the slant, incomplete. Now he backs up. It's blocked. Ball bounces at the 30 and goes out of bounds at the Patriots sideline.
Let's watch the edges on the pass rush.
Screen. Bolden spins away from one. He's brought down at the 35-yard line. Kick on the way, and it is good. Play fake on first down. Wide open over the middle is Brown.
And now he has switched sides where he's up top.
3rd and 14, and Moore's going nowhere. What a play by Miles Bryant.
He is currently in the locker room.
Okay, Amanda, it's Stevenson out there. Play action on first down and a completion to Henry. And Hunter Henry to the 40-yard line. No sacks for the Texans defense today. 2nd and 7. Wide open over the middle is Aguilar. He's got it at the 20. And Aguilar, that is the 5th TFL tackle for a loss by Grugier Hill this season. He leads the team. Bourne at the 15, dragged down by his jersey. On that drive, Mac Jones 5 out of 5 for 43 yards. 3rd and 3. Mills has time over the middle. It's caught by Moore. There he goes again. What a day for Chris Moore. 3rd and 7. Mills dances out of the pocket, throws on the run, complete to Cooks, who's hit hard by J.C. Jackson. Jonnu Smith in motion on 2nd and 3. Jones, quick pass, caught by Henry for a first down. 5 yards rushing for the Patriots today. Harris trying to add to it here. Nice run by Harris. Damian Harris inside the 20. Jakobi Meyers in motion on 3rd down. Jones looking end zone for Henry. He's got it! Touchdown! A clutch pass on 3rd down, and the Patriots are an extra point away from tying it at 22. Mills throws, and it's caught, nearly intercepted. Instead, Cooks has it, but he's short of a first down. But back in West Warwick, they probably know him as John. 1st and 10. Jones over the middle, and he's got Myers. Myers with Aguilar blocking down the sideline and out of bounds, and a great start to this drive, a 22-yard pickup.
Depth by these linebackers right there.
Jones taking a deep shot for Harry, and it's picked off. It's dropped.
Personal foul, automatic first down, too.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense.
Pressure's coming. Jones steps up and fires a strike for a first down. Pitch to Bolden running left. He's got some room over there. Nice moves by Bolden. Bolden inside the 20. Stevenson cuts it up at the 15. Lowers his shoulder on a good run by Ramondre Stevenson. So if the Patriots keep it on the ground, Texans would be lucky to get it back with 20 or 30 seconds. As Smith takes it inside the 5. Direct snap. Bolden following Karras. Can't get any further. Still turning those legs.
Which takes up more time.
It sure does. Joe Cardona, the long snapper. And folks, kick is good. With 15 seconds remaining.
And I almost have to turn my eyes and not watch.
Patriots only rush 2. Here they are trying a lateral. Connolly, and it's knocked down. Ball is loose. Judon scoops it up. Matthew Judon will wisely go down. A flag is down. Zeros on the clock.
It's number 26. There is nowhere to enforce that foul. The game is over.
That's right. If it happened after the play,
because they are the offensive team.
Correct. So without 4 of their 5 starters on the offensive line, New England's able to come back and beat the Texans 25-22.